Good morning, everybody. Oh, you guys won't believe. Hold on, let me get to the chat real quick. What's up, Trail Dust, Jack Pines, Ben Toombs, Alexis Sullivan, Transcendental Artist Studio, Speargrass Forge, Bortagov, Shane Lalonde, and all the rest of you lurkers out there. Yes, I see you. No, you're not liking this. Whatever. That's the second time I've done this today because I forgot to press go live and I started talking, and my co hosts are like, we can't, you're not live. I'm like, just going through it. I'm like, ignoring them. It's like, hey, you're not
That's
live.
Is there like a 10-minute delay now?
I'm like, I pressed I pressed stream. Anyway, I forgot it's two buttons to do this. So yeah, I hope you guys like that little Christmassy intro. I am trying to get into the spirit of everything, but it's kind of hard when it's, there's no snow. But I'm happy about that. So it's one of those confusing, screw snow. Let's just get out and do some stuff. I got to get out and do yard work. I've got all sorts of stuff to do. Anyway,
If it comes down to it, Yamez, I know a guy downtown that can hook you up with some snow.
right?
I have to admit that intro was actually rather cool, Yamas. You did really well on that.
It was
Thank you.
really good. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, so speaking of that intro, I am going to work on one over the next few days to get over to Roy and Jess. Hopefully they can have fun and use it, or I might make a couple of them and let them decide which ones they like. But anyway, yeah, so I guess we open it up with the how was your week? The whole false start always messes me up in the head. It always messes me up in the head. What's up, Steven? So we'll start with the how was your week segment. We have a full house today with our hosts, and go.
Yeah, sure.
I was going to say, why don't you go first, Alexis? Because that way I'm not talking for half an hour per usual.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I usually go first anyhow. Yeah, today was another 90-hour work week. I mean, I don't know where all these rig moves are coming from, but I'm not going to look the gift horse in the mouth. Yeah, I got in it. Last night I was supposed to go to work at like 11 o'clock yesterday morning, and it canceled till 6 p.m. And I got out there and they were all ready to go, and I'm like, all right, right on. We'll be out of here by like midnight. Yeah, I got back here at like 4:30 this morning, so I'm running on about 3 hours of sleep, and I woke up to a dispatch to go back out tonight. So yeah, boo. Yeah, that 90-hour work week. I mean, that pretty much wraps it up. I mean, that only left me 70 out. Well, okay, that's not so bad. 90 hours at work, 70 hours not working. I had something for this segment, and because my brain is fried, I don't remember what it was. Like, I had a whole spiel lined up for days now. How was your week? Oh, well, this is what happened, and that is what happened, and this, and this, and this, and oh yeah, I went on this show and I did that, and yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to bother with that now. Yeah, no, I got nothing.
Astro
work, brain fried. Oh yeah. Thank you. There you go. So in the space there's a thing I can throw in there in the space nerd community. There's this thing that Tim Dodd, the Everyday Astronauts, put on for years and years called the Astro Awards. And it's just a live YouTube stream. It's all fun and and he's like, and the award for best innovation in rocket engines goes to, yada yada yada, whatever. Well, this year it's an actual award show, like an in-person award show with Astro Awards that kind of look like a Grammy, like a little gold statue, but it's got a telescope on it. And it's going to be in Austin, January 13th, 14th, I believe. And so that, just first time doing it in person and live and all that. He didn't sell very many tickets, or didn't offer very many tickets. We're doing it at the Paramount Theater in, I say we because I'm going, at the Paramount Theater in Austin, Texas. And it was like Tickets went on sale at like Thursday evening sometime, and
I straight up lost you there, Alexis.
Yeah,
Alex,
okay.
there you go.
tickets go on sale, and then you said "Ah," and froze.
Am I out?
Yeah, you're back. It might be your
Oh, okay.
the GIF screen.
Yeah, let me move my GIF. I like my GIF.
I
Anyways,
know, I like it
yeah,
too.
we we got tickets. It was sold out by morning, but it's a good thing I didn't wait. So yeah, so I'll be going up. I got to figure out how to do this now. I'll be going up to Austin
Austin.
next month for the Astro Awards. I got to find my damn Discord. Where is it? There it is. Got it. Okay. Now, continue on, Adam, while I change my cool GIF.
Well, of course, I wasn't on the show last week, but because I was working. But so I've actually had a fairly full week of a random variety of things. Monday night, of course, was my work Christmas party. So I went out. I know Monday night's a weird night to have it for most people, but we're 24-hour day workers. So Monday night was the best night for us to go out. So we had a little party because it's for the people that were working the night of the main company Christmas party. So I went out and I don't drink that often. Surprised for people who know any Australians. Most Australians are known as some form of drunkards, but I don't drink that often. So I went out and had quite a few drinks and ended up staying in the city because that's about an hour away from where I live. And then Tuesday, I came home and felt seedy all day because I spent all night drinking rum. And then Wednesday, I started doing some yard work. Now it's been raining regularly here, and I'm quite worried that the excess grass that I've got here is actually going to catch light. So I started slashing my boundaries and trying to get prepared for to get a burn permit, because in order to burn, because I'm in a fire protection zone, I need to get a permit from the fire brigade in order to burn my property, which is something here in the Northern Territory that is usually done every year. It sounds a lot strange to a lot of people living in a lot of places, but the Australian environment is actually designed to be burnt on a regular basis. Some of the eucalyptus trees actually won't go to seed and won't actually grow well if they're not burnt on a regular basis. So I was on my tractor slashing my boundaries in order to give myself a fire break. When I blew the weld on one of my the linkages for my slashing deck, so I had to limp that back, and that was pretty much from blacksmithing and also from watching a lot of tractor related videos. I figured out how to fix it up well enough using the end of an old crescent wrench, which took me down an entire rabbit hole of who first invented adjustable wrenches and stuff like that. And for those of you interested, adjustable wrenches were actually created by a blacksmith or blacksmith and Cartwright in 1865. They were first patented. The first adjustable wrench was patented in 1865. I believe it was July 1865. And that was the first patented adjustable wrench. It basically looked like a monkey wrench or a pipe wrench. And yeah, so I had a very large wrench that fit the bolt through and cut the end off of that. It was broken anyway, the adjustable bit, that actually snapped off, and I'd found it in a scrap pile and taken it home. It was like, it fits perfectly, so I cut it off, welded it on, and it's worked perfectly. So and then went to get my fire permit, and that got rejected. So I ended up going and helping my dad put some roller blinds up, and then while we were doing that, we were fitting up the roller blinds, and I had one fall down and basically hit me right across the arm here. And initially I thought it snapped my arm. It's only bruised my arm, so it's a little bit painful to grab things with this hand at the moment. So I wasn't able to do any forging this week, but I've been, as an alternative, I've been working on my book and trying to get that done in the lead up to having some time, time where I'm not super busy over Christmas. Once everything's done. So yeah, that was basically my week. And I hand it back to you, Alexa, so you can finish telling us about the Space Awards that you're going to.
Yeah, no, I mean, that was pretty much it. I mean, that's middle of January, going to Austin, gonna hang out with a bunch of space nerds.
That sounds really cool, though.
I mean, like, I'm excited about it. I mean, we're gonna be there. There's a pre-show party on Saturday night, and then the award show's on Sunday. We're gonna get there on Friday, and we're gonna go check out, what kind of partying there is in Austin. I've only gone there to protest at the state capitol. I've never gone to do anything, for myself. So, well, I mean, that was kind of for myself too, but, yeah, I don't know. We're gonna go check out 6th Street maybe, or I don't know. I've never been out and about in Austin at night, so fingers crossed that everything goes smoothly. But that's a month away, so whatever. Also, sure. Yamez, how was your week?
Boring. So work is still a bit slow. But yeah, that's not to say I haven't been busy. Like, wow. So on this, I can't say too much because I do know that some in the audience are from my crypto projects. But yeah, basically, if you guys have been following and paying attention, I've been running a crypto project, a crypto gaming project, and over this past week, through some discussions and whatnot, I guess I'm gonna become the owner of it, and like that's the equivalent of being the the crypto equivalent of going from being COO, Chief Operating Officer, to being the CEO, Chief Executive Officer, or Ossifer. Ossifer? I swear it's just T. But yeah, so with that, like, because I'm all by myself, as the song goes, and don't have kids and don't have have nothing but time on my hands, I have the ability to actually work on what needs to be worked on, and talk to the people I need to talk to, and all of this stuff. So I won't be kind of waiting on clearance to do things, So it's I'll be able to move everything forward a little bit more fluidly. Which
Doesn't that also mean? Doesn't that also mean you're the one that goes to jail when things go sideways?
Yep. But things aren't going to go sideways. No, and it's not like I will be clear. It is not like the previous arrangement was bad or anything like that at all. It's the current owner, knowingly, it's like, hey, I just don't have time to, follow all the work being done. I can only be here a little bit. I'm so slammed with work, and it's like, oh, I understand that. I want to see the project succeed. So boom, boom, boom. Stephen Parsons. How come I don't have a crypto farm? Well, if you mean a mining rig, because I don't have the money to build one, yet. Also, that would just be insane on our electrical bill here. But yeah, so
Hey, on that note, somebody at my shack's got like 5 rigs mining right now, and yeah, making like $1.50 a week.
there you go.
I mean, yeah, 5 computers, $1.50 a week. I told him I was like, really? The whole living area is like consumed with computers. Like, we can't even prep the food prep area as towers. And I was like, I'll tell you what, I'll double your money and I'll pay you $150 a year to take all this shit to storage. Yeah, it's still in there, but whatever.
Anyway, you can always tell a bear. With that, it's like that's pretty much how my week's been going. Graphic design and networking and gaming. So, as a matter of fact, I've got a gaming tournament today as well. My weekly thing that I do with a game called TBA Turbo Battle Arena, and just something fun I'm going to be doing on Sundays. But yeah, with that, I suppose because that has nothing to do with anything we ever talk about, I just kind of update on what Yamez is doing. With that, I guess we can move into our topic of the day, which is, I believe, going to be a little bit less freeform than last week's topics, but sort of ties in. Adam saw it, and I swear it's like I got yelled at and yelled at. It's like, you had no structure in that show. You just rambled on forever. This is the last time we let you talk. So, yeah.
I didn't say that.
So with that, Mr. Speargrass has decided to give us structure once again. None of this may or may not be true.
It's totally not true. No, we all know that Christmas time particularly is exceptionally stressful for makers. We're all makers, be it hobbyists or professional. We're all makers. We like to get put our own personal touches on gifts, and one of the things I've always thought about is I like handmade gifts. I like custom gifts. I like gifts that someone's put thought into. And also, we all know, being makers ourselves, that that those types of gifts are A, unique, B, individual, and C, they're one of a kind. They're never going. You could have 100 things made by a maker, an artisan, that are, whilst they're all similar, they're all going to be different. So I thought it'd be a great idea to discuss. Particularly if you're now getting to the point where it's like Christmas coming up, I've got to scramble to make something for my wife, my mother-in-law, my mother, my sister, my uncle, my auntie, my brother, whoever is in your life that you want to make a custom gift for. I thought, if you have time coming up at Christmas, we might discuss some of the ideas of what you could do in order to do a special gift. Now, for those of you that are struggling to come up with an idea, what do I make this person? A perfect example is my wife, my lovable, adorable wife, and also one of my mothers is are plant people. They're garden people, and particularly one of my mothers is she has a veranda or a porch that is, she has dozens and dozens of plants around her veranda, and I've been meaning to make for her for a while now, and now have some workspace. So I'm got to get back into it, but I've been meaning to make, basically looks like what's brazier. So iron bands with a couple of iron legs, and a base in order to put some pots in. So it's basically a pot stand, but it looks like a hand forged brazier. So that she can display not only my creative work, but you can show off her plants. So that's one idea. Another idea, for example, for those of you that are inclined to make sharp, pointy, cutty things, a set of kitchen knives for a person is a really good idea to get if you've got the inclination, or even just a simple chef's knife might be good You can make that out of found materials such as leaf spring, coil spring, old files. These all three things that make really good general purpose kitchen knives. Then of course you've got your gifts like another one which is really simple and really fast to make is your closed S hook chains. Be that out of something really small, like even 3 or 4 millimeter wire, or going up to 6 to 8 millimeter to make it a little bit more heavy duty. Put some curlicues on the end, close up those links, link them together. You don't have to worry about forge welding for those of you that aren't in the position or haven't quite tried forge welding yet. Nice and easy to make. Just keep making a whole heap of X hooks, link them together, close up those links. And that can make a chain for hanging pots or hanging pot plants and stuff and whatnot. Of course, you've also got, you can do your pot racks over your over the kitchen island pot racks. They're coming back into vogue at the moment. You've got your rustic or industrial look is coming back into fashion, and people also. It's surprising. It's something that I noticed looking back into the early 90s, but also looking at now with inflation and with things getting more expensive. People are actually, whilst everyone's looking for a bargain, people are also looking to buy things that last again. They're not, the whole, spending money just for the sake of spending money is starting to slow down, and people are actually starting to look at buying quality. So if you do good work and you're making things that will last for generations, people are more willing to spend a little bit of money in order to spend on something that will look good in their home or their around their home, or will be in use for a long time. And they can look at that item proudly and go, I spent good money on that and I got a good item. So, what are some, Yamas, Alexis, what are some of your ideas that you think that might fall into that same category? And I'm not just talking about Christmas decoration figures. We know Christmas decorations are a good thing to do. The penny nails and stuff like that. But what are some ideas along the same line of gifts that you could make, or our listeners and viewers could
candle
make?
holders. Candle holders.
Yep.
When I was at Quad State a few years back, I had actually picked up a blank set for a holly candle holder, and it was really cool. I should have gotten a lot more of them because they raised in price tremendously, but they look amazing. And in general, just candle holders. Start with your traditional candle holder design, and then add flourishes, scrolls, or you could do 5 gilded scrolls if you want. Different leaves and kind of make it look really, Christmassy, or not, like, just, hey, so you put a Christmas candle in here, decorate everything, blah, 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 and then you can still use them, throughout the year. Christmas gifts to me should be something that you don't just use for Christmas. Because, I mean, let's face it, like, for example, at our place here, they're still decorating. Engineer still decorating, and I think we're up to 155 trees, and it's 98 trees and 155 Santas. And the where I get those numbers is 3D, like, not pictures of trees or Santas, but like actual, like, an actual tree, or a statue of a Santa, or a statue of a tree, like 3D picture or 3D, things of, Santas and trees. It's like they're still decorating. So if I were to just add to that, that's just more stuff every year that we'd have to pack up and store for 360 days or 300 days or whatever up in an attic somewhere. So I like to think of a Christmas gift as something that will still be able to be used throughout the seasons, So things like, as a blacksmith, bottle openers, they can be Christmas bottle openers. You can do a Christmas tree bottle opener. As a matter of fact, I believe Roy has a blank for that. But you could do whatever, bottle openers, and personalized bottle openers where you stamp the names of people and put them in their stockings, or go to a Christmas party with a pocket full of them and just slip them in their back pocket, when they're not looking. Sure, you may get an occasional weird look or a slap, like, don't touch my butt. I don't know you. But
and small things like that make really good stocking fillers too.
mhm.
Yeah, but also, I mean, and on that same note of things that are useful, you can. And another really easy one for those that might be beginning is something like a flathead or Phillips head flathead screwdriver, a Stanley screwdriver, or another one for the kitchen, for example. And of course, this isn't necessarily for the ladies in our lives, but something like a trivet, or even barbecue tools for those that like to barbecue. Steak flippers, your barbecue forks, tongs, barbecue tongs. Of course, I'm not talking about blacksmith tongs, barbecue tongs. They're a little bit different. Things like that are all relatively easy, but all really good ideas for gifts, because they're things that aren't just going to be put away for
Yeah.
330 days a year. They're something that can sit out and be used repetitively. And of course, you can always,
Unless you're somebody like Roy who literally has Christmas stuff up year round.
but like Roy is kind of like Santa. Let's he doesn't go away for 360, for three quarters of the year. He hangs around, but he is kind of like Santa.
Yeah. Speaking of gifts and Roy and stuff like that, real quick before I'm giving Adam a break so that Alexis could talk after me. The Friday the 15th, I believe it is, and let me check my calendar right quick. Friday the 15th, starting at 5 and going till upside down ? Over at Christ Centered Ironworks channel, we have the 7th annual Blacksmiths Christmas giveaway live stream, and I watched the promo video for it, and holy cow, the lineup. That was really cool. I was at Quad State with Roy helping him do the shopping for some of these gifts, and some of the items that he's picked out are just amazing. So for whoever gets some of those hammers, just know that I've also held them. Sorry if I'm reducing the value of those, Roy. But yeah, every year Roy does this, and I believe he's also giving away a treadle hammer kit this year. So I hope to be there. I will actually try and block out time to be there. And if I am able, I may even fly up and be in the background banging on the wall saying, let me in, let me in. So
Pig,
we'll
little pig.
So we'll see what happens there. But Alexis, you looked like you wanted to say a whole bunch of things.
Yeah. So I sometimes you get a little bit befuddled as to what to make somebody for Christmas, especially you want to do something unique or whatever. A lot of times what you don't think of is something that you just do on a regular basis that they maybe don't have. I mean, like, I do a lot of hooks out of horseshoes, like where I take one and punch a hole, take another one, punch a hole, rivet them together, twist them a certain way and all that. I really enjoy doing those, and I don't know anybody that's got them. I mean, like, I've got a pile of them. I just make them and I have them on my A10 in my top. I got a whole line up there, and I was like, oh, I could just give those away. I mean, what? I'm not doing anything with them. I just like making them. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a Christmas themed item. I mean, if you're into pointy, stabby things, I mean, like, make some simple versions of those to give away. Obviously, I mean, you might not want to spend 120 hours hand sanding each of 30 Christmas presents, but something simple like even the railroad spike pointy stabby would so a lot of people just think they're really neat, and they don't usually take a whole lot of time to knock out. You can do a few of them in a short amount of time. And if you're still out of things to think of, there's this website called what is it? Blacksmithingblanks.com
Speaking of,
where you can go and get all of your needs fulfilled by the one and only Roy Adams, Roy Adams, Thomas Goodemoot, Jessica Adams. They will hook you up. I just got an order in yesterday, actually, and I'm telling you, it was just chock full of goodies that I didn't even order. And the best part is I ordered these specific things. And I was like, oh man, I really should have got this other one. I really should have got that one and this one, just so I had a couple options. And you know what? They came in the dang package anyways, even though I didn't order them and I didn't even ask them. And I was like, I opened the package. I was like, that's freaking amazing. After I ordered it, I was so wishing I'd included those too. And so that was pretty awesome. And then something else that I got in as far as a freebie goes in the package was these little bitty hearts. And I'll move my camera here right quick. And I got to wait for it to catch up. Where's my Discord? There it is. All right. Yeah. So these little bitty hearts. And and if you arrange them correctly, they also can do a shamrock. So, there's
the callback to Shamrock Forge.
Yeah, exactly. And here were those other two blanks that I was like, oh, I so wish I'd have thought of that. After I ordered them, I was like, oh, let me, I was like, oh, I brainstormed an idea and I go, these are the things I need, and then I ordered them, and then an hour later, I'm like, ah, crap. And an hour after that, I'm like, ah, crap. I mean, it's just like, it is, and I didn't want to just be like throwing in an order on top of an order. And well, it wasn't actually an hour. It was like a day and a half. So by the time I thought of adding something to it, it was already in the mail. You know what I mean? So, and I was like, all right, well, never mind. I'll make do with what I got. But if you can't think of something, head over to blacksmithingblanks.com, ChristCenteredIronworks.com, blacksmithpdfs.com. They all kind of redirect to the same place. And check out what's in there. There's all kinds of neat stuff. And if you, I don't know. I mean, if you're so inclined and you happen to be a mark for Roy, you could even order something that Roy made himself. Woo, like a cool what is that, spatula set, something like that. I don't know. I'm rambling at this point. So
there's too much. There's too much to name.
But and Sally, Alexis, you brought up a really interesting another one, completely by accident, just with those heart shapes. Another one you can do, and I'm not sure how into it those of you in the US are, but something I've noticed here in Australia is everyone has a key tag of some description. It might be those little plastic ones that say, car keys, or they have work keys, or it's got their name or something like that. But something like that little heart, you could put, particularly for someone you love, put their name and your name and their name and the forever thing on there, as a cute little gift. It's something they're going to carry around with them every day, blacken it, brass it, whatever type of finish it, put, watch some of Jessica Adams' enameling videos and enamel it for
yeah.
But there's something that's nice, quick, easy. If you've got the stamps, the letter stamps, you can do it really quickly. If you don't, you can forge a little flat punch or slot punch type thing where you just lightly tap it in or put the do it all in capital letters. But there's an example of something nice, quick, and easy that a loved one or a family friend, or you could do a slogan on there for them, for example. But nice, quick, and easy that is a personalized gift from you that they can have with them all the time. That put on their keys, help them keep track of their keys. You know, even some people have like pocket clips for their keys. So you know, it's just a little bit of a curl. You know, a flat side with a little, like an R-shaped curl on them, so it clips onto their pockets and they don't lose their keys. That's another example of something that you can do nice and easy in the forge. Nope, looks like someone wanted to say something, and I've just
Right
been
there.
rambling on it.
No. I don't know. I'm a minute behind on the what do you call it, on the stream. And if I go to fast forward it, the slider is going to stick to my mouse and just go all over the place. So I can't mess with my browser. But I was pointing at Yamez because he's got one of those little key hook thingies.
Yeah,
You can do leaves. What's real cool about a leaf like this, there's multiple ways that I actually run my keys, based on, you know, whether I'm wearing jeans or something with, you know, a nice pocket loop. This right here, it's a nice large. You can slip this in the tiny little jeans pocket, and it holds your keys like real nicely like that. The other one that I have on there is just the simplest of simple. I'm not going to adjust the zoom, but, you know, just kind of like a modified S hook, and I, you know, decorated it with a bit of copper wiring, and that slips on the belt itself or on the loop real easily, you know.
and you can make that sort of thing out of a, you know, or flatten that out a little bit so it's a little bit more, you know, flat. It's a little bit flattened, so you can actually put an engraving or punch a name into it or something like that, you know. And that's also, you know, you can even for example punch a phone number into it, so if you ever lose your keys, someone can give you a call and say, hey, I found your keys.
I will say this with both the pocket style key holder and the loop style key holder or belt style key holder. When you're making it, especially if you're going to be punching designs in, make sure you file it down. Make sure there's no rough edges, no sharp points or sharp little like nicks or anything like that, because the first iteration of that I had, on one part of it, it had like a little burr, and I sliced the crap out of my side when I first, like I made it, cleaned it up, put it on my keys, and then slipped it on, and it went, instead of going just on the belt or just on the loop, it went over the pants and went against my skin. And when I pulled it off, it caught back in like a fish hook, just gouged a little cut in the side of my waist. Oh, that sucked. So make sure that you check those things, that so they're not going to tear up clothing or tear up skin. Just a note of experience from not a blacksmith, because I know John's been giving me shit for not doing my evening shows, but my freaking arm's killing me. So I did, however, raise my desk. I got a new desk. I actually got a folding table and raised it up so that it's at desk level. And I'm already starting to feel a little bit of relief in my hand. Still numb on the fingers, but I don't have the shooting pain down my rotator cuff.
And to be fair, thank you. Boy, it's tough to get it to be fair these days. To be fair, your seating situation still probably isn't all that great. It's like couch isn't most ergonomic and best for the back and the nerves and all that.
Well, okay,
really
so
they're still getting an actual office chair and stuff.
So Alexis, my previous desk, basically the edge of the desk was at the point of my knees and I couldn't pull it over me. Like this one, I have the table, the edge of the table comes over the couch. So when I'm sitting here, it's like I'm sitting at a desk. The only thing I don't have is back support,
Right.
But it is, I've got it raised up so that like my elbows are, boom, like right now I'm sitting comfortably, hand on keyboard, hand on mouse, and I've been doing this now for 3 days, and already I'm feeling that relief right here. Because as any of you guys have been paying attention, the last month, like I've been having shooting pains up my tricep and my shoulder, this side of my neck, and my wrist has just been destroyed. And it all started with tingly fingers. Right now I'm left with tingly fingers and an occasional numbness in my forearms. But it is receding, so fingers crossed that this simple change halts whatever damage I've been doing.
And that little conversation brings me to a third thing, which is you're a blacksmith, but you have kids, friends, whatever, that are gamers. Here's another example of something you could make: a headset stand. Something nice and easy, flat base with a little bit of a hook that you can take off your headset and hang it on a little stand off to the side. So that's something they could use. A charging lead could hang over to charge their headset. That's another example of something that you can bring your art into your kids, your friends' lives, even if they have no interest in blacksmithing directly. There's a link. They can say, "Hey, I had a blacksmith make a custom-made stand for my headset." And an example of that for me personally is a few years ago, and it's actually a video on my channel where I made a saxophone stand for a young artist, a young saxophonist up here where I live. Now, you don't really often consider if you thought blacksmithing and music, you'd think something like maybe the music stand that they put their music on, not the instrument, the rest for where their instrument lives 18 hours out of the 24-hour day. So and I had it wrapped in leather wrap for where the brass actually interacted with the steel. But that was an example of something that was completely different and completely sideways. So have a little bit of it, and the more that you can link your passion and your hobby into what their passions and their hobbies are, more people really appreciate that gift. It might not be, they might not need a little garden trowel for their gardening, but if you made them a custom hand forged garden trowel, they would use it and they would love it. So that's why we decided tonight. Why I thought tonight would be really good to talk about Christmas gifts, because that knowing your friends and knowing your family and knowing what they're interested in, that's one thing. And I know a lot of people, and I'm one of them, look at my friends and family and think, what do I get them? Because a lot of my friends are like me in the sense that if I need something, I'm going to go out and buy it. But I'm going to buy, I'm going to be, a little bit of a tight button and buy, what I need for the most affordable price. But, this is a time of year of giving and, really spending time and showing that you appreciate someone and giving them a gift that you've made that is customized to their passions is something that's really going to shine through to them and show how much you care about them as well. And that's what this season is for me, regardless of your belief system or whatnot. This really is a season of love and appreciation for your fellow human being. So I wanted to share that I do love and appreciate you all, Yamez, Alexis, and everyone that's listening and watching. I wanted to say that I do love and appreciate you all, and thank you for joining us here. This isn't just show ending. I'm just I'm just blathering.
Yeah, you're about 6 minutes too early.
Yeah, well, I'll get back to it again. I'm sure I've got no problem to repeat myself. This.
We know.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, Ben says Tingly Fingers would be a good gangster name, and I can't help but think, like, in a Boston accent or a New York accent, how that's just totally going to get either shortened to Fingers or Tingles.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Tingles, get in here.
Yeah, that would be the same in Australia, except we'd probably change it. It would go from Tingles to Twinkles. Just because we like to stir people. Yeah.
Oh, Australians.
What we do. What can I say?
Defying gravity by standing upright on the bottom of the world.
We're on the top of the world. I've told you this.
Bottom of the
longer
world.
to climb to the top.
North Pole, your South Pole. There is a top and bottom.
In space, there's no such thing as direction. And who said north was up?
Me.
And also,
you You just got to stop at the top and bottom references already. All right. But tish.
That's and Roy in the chat makes a very good point. If voiding gift for Christmas start in October, because you know I am the world's worst procrastinator, I reckon, and yeah, no, if I started now, I probably wouldn't have them done by Christmas unless they were short, quick, and really handy little, repeatable gifts. So if it's a big gift that's something like the brazier or whatnot, then of course it's will take me months. But if it's something short and easy like the bottle openers or the S-hook chain or something like that, you can get it done in a day. So give it a go. Particularly if you're running out of time, you haven't got anything for that special someone that you have no idea what to get them.
Oh, we're about to get slammed with rain here.
Mm-hmm. It's coming here too. I can see the lightning getting closer with every passing minute. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, stocking stuffers and stuff are really kind of clutch, especially as a last minute gift. Something you can, like, if you're starting now, you can hammer stuff out really quick, smalls out really quick, and just be like, oh, I specifically thought of you for this one. While I was actually putting hammer to metal, you were in my mind, so your thought or thinking of you was imbued in this steel. What's up, Matthew?
Right. Stretch.
Oh, yeah.
I will say another thing of Christmas gifts. I held up some of the Roy blanks and stuff earlier. Thank you to Hubcap for that. Sent me a whole package of blanks. You rock, Hubcap. Much love. And yeah.
I tried to tell him that wasn't your address. I mean,
Yeah, right.
You totally live in Midland now.
Yeah, but he is planning on moving to Darwin, Australia. Just like
I gotta check some. If I move out of country, I definitely got to look into some certain laws, and yeah.
No, that's illegal everywhere. You don't worry about it.
I don't want to know. I'm not going to ask.
Wait a minute. That's not why I want to move to the Philippines. I am.
Damn it! That was tough right there.
That's horrible.
On that note,
horrible. On that note, let's do our final thoughts. On that note, let's do our final thoughts. And my final thoughts are not in the Philippines.
Final thoughts, Alexis. Would you like to go first?
Yeah. So I got it. Or at least I got something. One of the most special things about forging Christmas presents for family or friends or whatever is it's something you made. You know what I mean? Like, it's not some cheap plastic piece of crap that you bought at the store. It's not a obvious. It's something that's a lot of times, not necessarily always, but from the heart and thought out. And unless your people are real materialistic, it means a little bit more when it's from the heart. So if you got time, get out there and make a little something for your peoples, and see if you might be able to work a smile out of them. And if you can't think anything else, head over there to Roy's place and get you a couple blanks or a whole stack of them, and you'll be surprised at what kind of Christmas gifts Roy will throw in for you as well, or Thomas for that matter. So
I was going to say I had this thought. I'm sorry to interrupt. I did have this thought. Like we keep saying that Roy throws in freebies for every order. I don't No, if it's every order.
I don't know what he does or not, but no. I mean, Thomas did say they throw a little extra in every order. I mean,
Okay.
so I mean, like on a stream. So I mean, it's not like it's just like, yeah, I'm cool like that, so I get free swag. But I mean, I like to think it is, but I'm just gonna tell myself that. So, or what would be even better is if you order something from Roy and then he sends me your freebies. I mean, like I would
Right.
that'd be great. That'd be my cut, right? No, but get out there and put hammer to steel and make something special for somebody.
That's right.
Yeah, man.
And so, like I was saying before, this is a season of expressing a love and appreciation for those that are in your life. Don't forget to show that. We get caught up in 330 days of the year, 335 days of the year, in our lives, in our heads, in getting caught up in the mundanity of every day. This is a month that's really designed to focus. It's a holiday that's designed to focus on togetherness. And like I said, regardless of your belief system, and as people may be aware, I'm Norse pagan. And this is a month in the northern hemisphere. It's a month in the northern hemisphere where it's the longest night of the year, and this time was used to celebrate as a feast to get together to help ward off that long time of darkness. Where people would get cabin fever and start to go a little bit nutty. And it was a time to get together and show your appreciation for your fellow person, for your fellow humans. Show that love and share in meals and be happy and make merry, knowing that the light is coming back again within the new, within a couple of months within the new year. And that's with Christianity. That is the same, to show love and peace. For those of you that follow that belief system, with the birth of Christ, who came to save humanity, save the soul, so you go and in the afterlife go to and live in the kingdom of God. For those of you that for example, may be Jewish, it is coming up. It is a period of Hanukkah, so a time of renewal and love as well. So no matter what belief system that you're in, this is a time to share that love, that joy, that peace with family, with friends. Get new tidings. Forgive those that may have annoyed you for the year, and try to move into the new year with a fresh slate, and peace in your heart. So with that, that's my final thoughts. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you very much for joining us this year, as we come into the time of giving, and I wish you all happiness and peace.
Yeah. Thank you, Adam. Beautiful. My final thoughts are very similar, but since Adam already eloquently expressed all the sentiment there, I will just go ahead and show thanks. Thank everybody for supporting the show for these several years that we've been doing this, and big thanks to as always to my co-hosts. Huge thanks for Roy this kind of season, for meticulously putting together such an awesome Christmas extravaganza, and also for having that kind of Christmas spirit when you go in and you order, a rose blank or a flower blank from Roy. He throws in a treacle kit, treacle hammer kit, as a gift. You never know what you're going to get. You may order this tiny blank and get a giant package.
Those are the best reviews right there.
Right. It's like you may order a treacle hammer kit and then also get an anvil. I'm just
That reminds me. Way back up the chat. Dang it! I forgot all about it. I don't know if I can find it. It might be gone. Oh yeah, here it is. The Chrysler and Ironworks. He's talking about the different stuff that he's giving away. and it's the whole list. And I started reading it, and I couldn't help but read it to like the 12 Days of Christmas.
Right?
2, Markling Hammer. 1, Andrew Larson Rounding Hammer. 10, Tom Tom. 2, tins of Zack Zack. Melton Mini Swage Holland Anvil 80-pound double horn, and so much more. And so
And
I
before we
thought of
say
that when he typed it, and then I totally got sidetracked. But yeah, the first time I went to read it, I totally read it in song.
yay for the super chat from
Yeah.
from Roy. Thank you very much.
It says let's
John, no,
celebrate.
I'm not. I've got to work tonight. So yeah, I got to be on location at 6. So
Now, before we go, I did forget to do something. Thank you very much for joining us. You can find Yamez on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. You can find Alexis at Transcendent Digital Artist Studios on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. And you can find me, Adam, at Speargrass Forge on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. If you have any suggestions for the Tool of the Week, Middle of the Week, or any other topic, you can leave it under the hashtag Middle of the Week in the YouTube community chat in Discord, or you can email us at impracticalblacksmith@gmail.com. If you found us on Spotify, Amazon, or Google Podcasts, we generally upload every Wednesday, or you can join us live every Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. It's currently 10 a.m. Eastern Time on the US. It's currently 12:30 a.m. Australian Central Standard Time. But check that against your local time, and that's at the Isle of Metal Forge YouTube channel. You can also, because we have been plugging a little bit tonight, don't forget to join us all at Roy's annual Christmas giveaway on the 15th of December that's at 5 p.m. starting at 5 p.m. Eastern US time for those of you, but again, check that against your local times to make sure that you're there on time. You need to be at the YouTube channel, that's Christ-Centered Ironworks YouTube channel, to be in it to win it. If you don't stay there, you aren't going to win anything. Finally, thanks for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're listening on the podcast, don't forget to give us a rating, a star rating. We really do appreciate your support. There, I got
it done. and someday I'm going to get around to editing another dang episode and getting it up.
Well, we've got a more important edit.
Yes,
we've got a more important edit coming up.
That has priority, and I need more than just Yamez's.
Yeah. So.
Yeah,
we need that Australian voice in there. Get on it, Adam. And we need.
I will do it after this stream. How's that?
Yeah.
And I need Roy and Jack. I got John's video, so I got John's, and I got yours there, Yamez. So I'm only missing Roy, Adam, and Jack.
Get on it.
And if this next weekend, I'm going to be home for the weekend. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to get that thing knocked out and edited together. So if I don't have everybody else's stuff, I'm going to wing it with what we have. So
my voice is terrible.
I'll make it work. I mean, and if I got to overlay every one of us for the whole thing, and it's all just a harmony, so be it. I don't know. I'm gonna fool around with it. It should be all right. And if I can't make it work, then I don't know.
All right. Well, with that,
but I plan on working on that next weekend.
With that, I'm going to go ahead and call it a show. And Roy, keep an eye on your Discord messages, because I'm going to probably be messaging you a couple of videos for you to possibly use. Gifts from me to you. So, yeah, I will go ahead and call that a show. Thank you all. You all are wonderful. Bye.
Thanks, all. Bye.
She's a bitch.